Your son will never walk, never talk, he will be completely disabled. Powerful words. Words are powerful and they can hurt and they can harm. But they can also support, uplift, and inspire. And at Bus Stop Films, we go by three little words: educate, create, and advocate. But I'll talk to you a bit more about those later. A question: how are the lives of people with intellectual disability impacted by society's low expectations of them? They are more at risk of social exclusion, of homelessness, preventable death, abuse, and are more likely to experience a mental health issue. People living with disabilities are also often hidden from our screens. But by raising the profile of people living with disability on both sides of the camera, we heighten their visibility and we drive the community to change their attitudes and expectations. And we give people living with disability greater ownership over their lives and of their stories. And this is Peter and Maria's story.
How many of you here today have been involved with people with disabilities? For those of you that have, will know just some of the many talents and hidden skills sets within the disability community. Thanks to Bus Stop Films, we have been able to highlight some of these extraordinary talents, skills, and abilities within the sector and the greater community. On the morning of Wednesday, the 31st of March 1976, my family and I were looking forward to the birth of our fourth child. That night, around 10:30 p.m, my heart was shattered in a million pieces. All attached to the endless wires and tubes that were connected to my baby's body. I was told my son Peter had half an hour to live, and if the baby survived, he would never talk, never walk, and would be impacted for life and totally impaired. Our ongoing challenges have included misdiagnosis pre- and post-birth, fetal distress, clonic seizures, intellectual disability and epilepsy, the unsettled family unit, distracted by the needs of constant care and attention, including lack of counselling or post-traumatic stress support, lack of mental, emotional, physical, financial support for carers, complicated bureaucratic systems, and lack of disability awareness and funding. When Peter was 36 years old, my comments to the paediatricians was, my son will do normal things and achieve many goals. He may not do them as well as you and I, but he will achieve. Now, 43 years later, some of his many achievements have been bike riding age 4, skateboarding age 6, jet skiing, singing at clubs on karaoke night. Peter also went to school and completed college. Since leaving school, he has done acting, modelling, art classes, and fashion sketching, to name a few. He has also achieved many diplomas and awards, has held 5 jobs, proudly worked at Prime TV for 5 years. Peter is the star of the film Beautiful, production by Bus Stop Films in 2010. Peter Rossini is a well-respected member of the community, a much loved and admired family member, someone I am extremely proud of. My name is Maria Rossini. I am honoured to be able to present to this audience a small piece of my joys and challenges. May I leave you with the hope as Peter was never to walk, talk, and was to be completely disabled. Yet today, many goals have been achieved due to the community and disability awareness campaigning and your generous support. May we see a future of disability inclusion, employment, tolerance and acceptance, and continue on the great road of artistic and talent endeavours for many to achieve their dreams and goals in unity, with or without a disability. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. We're honoured to be part of yours and Peter's lives. So how does Bus Stop Films make a difference in the lives of people like Peter? We educate, providing world-class tertiary level education opportunities for people with an intellectual disability, and use our accessible film studies curriculum to not only teach filmmaking, but increase their English, social, work-ready skills, confidence and overall capacity. We create top shelf amazing content that screens in festivals all over the world, Qantas in-flight entertainment and on TV. In fact, tonight we're premiering on Foxtel, and you don't get on Foxtel unless your film is good. So if you're home at 9:30, watch Breaking the Biz and our short film Kill Off. We also give visibility to our students by sending them to festivals all over the world. They walk the red carpet, they participate with other filmmakers on Q&As and industry panels, and they walk up on that stage and they accept the awards for their hard work. And we advocate for authentic casting and the greater inclusion of people with disability on both sides of the camera. And in 10 years, we've had a huge success and made a difference in the lives of many. And Peter's story and these stats before you are testament to that success. So why are we coming to Canberra? We have already been here in 2010, made an amazing film, Beautiful, starring the talented Peter Rossini. And people like the cast and crew and parents have been emailing us since then saying, please come back to Canberra. Also, the Canberra Vital Signs reports tell us there is 62,000 people in Canberra living with disability. It also showed us as a city, Canberra needs to improve on education quality and reduce underemployment. And in terms of the screen industry, the support for us from Screen Canberra was here from day one. Last year, fortuitously, the ACT government injected $5 million into local production. So it's a great time for us to be partnering with Screen Canberra, because those productions provide a pathway to employment for our students. Additionally, our program will employ local filmmakers, one of who is here tonight working on the production, and local disability workers, and skill them up to make content that is made by people with disability and living in Canberra that will screen all over the world. So, how can you help us help Canberrans living with disability? Well, it doesn't take much. Just $120 will cover a student's tuition for 1 week. But if you collectively group together and perhaps get a little bit funky and give us $15,000, we can create an amazing top-shelf, inclusively made short film made here in Canberra by people with disability that will showcase Canberra all over the world. If you get even a little bit crazier and perhaps give us, say, $20,000, we can offer a scholarship for a full year for an Indigenous student with disability to attend our program. If you want to blow the roof off and perhaps make that $25,000, we can then employ disability support workers trained in filmmaking that will support those students on those local productions and employment opportunities. And if you just blow the roof, go a little bit crazy, and we get $30,000, which I know is a really big ask, then we can offer 2 Indigenous students a scholarship to attend our program. And that buddy system, they can support each other. Because when you've got someone by your side, life is a little bit better when you don't have to go it alone. So thank you very much for listening to our story.